My gosh, when have we ever had such an active NFL trade deadline specifically for fantasy football? I mean, we have Calvin Ridley on the move now. I mean, more importantly, we're going to focus in on the running backs here for the Miami Dolphins. We have the situation changing up a bit in San Francisco, in Denver, in Miami. I mean, in the span of about 10 minutes, we have all three running back rooms looking completely different. So we are going to go through, we're going to talk about the impact that we have with every single one of these rosters. Obviously, most importantly, the Miami Dolphins. But before we get into it, as I set up this live stream, please go down there, drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you play fantasy football. This is what, our like fourth, fifth live stream of the day going through and making these impacts. And make sure you let me know what you have in the comment section. Okay, so we just set that thumbnail up. Let me pull up this live chat as we pull it up. We're already said this 10 times now, so you better have already taken advantage of this. I worked my butt off to get all this. Obviously, when you sign up for Underdog Fantasy and use promo code FLOCK, they're going to match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $200. You can check out all these cool player props on Underdog with the link in the comment section. But I worked my butt off last month to get y'all this special only for people who use promo code FLOCK. And this week, if you missed out on the Cooper Kupp one, or maybe you took advantage of the Cooper Kupp one, you can still do this. The Derrick Henry half a rushing yard mark, only for people who use promo code FLOCK on Underdog Fantasy with the link in the live chat, the link in the description. Go deposit $10. They'll match your deposit. You'll have $20 in your account, then go back to $20 on the Derrick Henry over half a rushing yard mark. But I think that should be enough stalling. Let's go ahead. Let's dive into this. If we are looking at the first deal here, obviously Chase Edmonds, just a small piece of it. They want to go out there. They want to go, just turn themselves into a real Super Bowl contender by adding in one of the best defenders in the entire NFL. So you have Chase Edmonds just as a throw-in, makes sense from the Denver Broncos point of view. You have Javonte Williams down. Not only do you have Javonte Williams down, but at the same time, you lose Mike Boone. So you're rolling out there playing Latavius Murray in a ton of snaps. You also have Melvin Gordon out there a lot as well. So, I mean, it makes sense for you to go and just ask for Chase Edmonds in return. Miami clearly fell out of love with Chase Edmonds. This is a coaching staff that comes from San Francisco that had, Raheem Mostert back in San Fran that also had Jeff Wilson, someone that they just now get. So it makes a lot of sense for both rosters. One needs running back depth. One coaching staff already has their allegiance to those San Francisco guys. So if we are looking at the Edmonds to Denver deal, I think that this makes Chase Edmonds very appealing in a PPR league, because if we look at Melvin Gordon, if we look at Latavius Murray, I don't think that Edmonds comes in and gets every single touch out of this backfield. No. But we do know that you're in a spot with at least Latavius Murray as a running back that cannot catch the ball to save his life. Melvin Gordon, not a great pass catcher at this point of his NFL career either. So you are looking specifically at Edmonds coming in and day one being the best passing down running back that the Denver Broncos have. On top of this, Edmonds is a respectable running back in the other area. I would say maybe Melvin Gordon is better than him, but hell, if they can go and grab Latavius Murray off the practice squad and they like Latavius Murray maybe a little bit more than Melvin Gordon, I don't want to have any confidence in Gordon at this point. I think there's a real shot that you actually have Chase Edmonds coming over to Denver. Chase Edmonds being the running back one here. He's the guy that you want in a full PPR league. And if we're going over to the Miami Dolphins side of things, getting Jeff Wilson coming in. Now you have Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert back to back here. I think that this will be a running back by committee, very similar to what you were seeing with Chase Edmonds. And this saves Jeff Wilson's fantasy value. I was going through and I was saying, hell, we don't necessarily need to go through and... real quick, I just realized we had this titled wrong. But we don't need to roster Jeff Wilson Jr. going for it. I thought that he was someone that was safe to drop when you had Christian McCaffrey coming over, CMC taking every single snap in this backfield. And also, you had Elijah Mitchell coming back in the long term. Well, now I think this means that both Jeff Wilson Jr. as well as Elijah Mitchell are running backs that you should make sure are on your roster. Obviously, Elijah Mitchell not going to be a running back that has a role outside of a Christian McCaffrey injury, but don't know if you know too much about this when it comes to Christian McCaffrey. He has had an injury history, so I think that you could all of a sudden see maybe Elijah Mitchell be one of those premium handcuff running backs now that they thin out their running back depth ever so slightly. And yes, I'm sorry if we accidentally had Mostert titled on the live stream. We fixed that too. Wilson and Edmonds, of course. So make sure you're rostering Elijah Mitchell now as that premium handcuff running back coming off the IR in a few weeks. Make sure that we're going through rostering Jeff Wilson as well as Raheem Mostert as running backs that should be low-end RB2s that are playing in a pseudo running back by committee. However, if one of them were to go down, I don't want to say the other guy turns into a league winner, but he does turn into someone that's a mid to high-end running back too that you can go through and start every single week, because with Edmonds being moved, then all of a sudden a ton of depth is going to be opening up in that. There's no depth. I mean, the backfield is open in Miami beyond those two guys. And if we were looking at the Denver Broncos, let me know in the live chat real quick. Please let me know in the chat, what do you think that this means between Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray? Like, if you had to go through, if you had to make a bet on one of these RBs, I think maybe you make the bet on Melvin Gordon kind of being the first and second down running back and Chase Edmonds being that third down guy. I mean, obviously, Latavius Murray comes off the practice squad a few weeks back. If they're willing to go out there and trade for Chase Edmonds, I think Edmonds 100% has a role here. I think Edmonds is someone you should go and pick up off the waiver wire if he is available. But please let me know what you're thinking. Would you rather have Melvin Gordon or Latavius Murray at this point? Spam the chat, Melvin Gordon or Latavius Murray. Okay. Matthew says, if Edmonds returns running back 2 numbers, I'd be happy. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, you'd be ecstatic if Edmonds turned into a top 24 running back. I'm not saying that Edmonds is going to turn into a top 24 guy. I think that it'll be a running back 3/flex play. At least has the upside to turn into that based on his passing down role that he could have in Denver. But let me see. Gordon. Yeah, everybody preferring Melvin Gordon over Latavius Murray here. I can't blame you at all for that. I think we're probably right there with you. We had Latavius Murray on our waiver wire video earlier this week. I think Latavius Murray is someone that's safe to drop because I don't see what the upside is with Latavius Murray anymore. Best case scenario is like a 50-50 back that doesn't catch passes in a PPR format. I mean, if I had to value someone highest in Denver, it would be Edmonds in that PPR league just because we know he can catch the ball. And then let me know, who would you rather have in Miami? Please, everybody spam the chat. Are you going to be going with Raheem Mostert or Jeff Wilson? Obviously, former teammates. Obviously, this coaching staff coming from San Francisco has allegiance to both running backs. Would you rather have Jeff Wilson or Raheem Mostert? Please, everybody spam the chat. And also, we are 1 like away from hitting 100 likes in the live stream. Please, if you have not done so already, go down there and drop that like. But we have Mostert. Okay, so everybody prefers Raheem Mostert over Jeff Wilson. I think that's probably the right call. And I will say as well, if we look at the running back that Jeff Wilson is, he's not a great pass catcher out of the backfield. I mean, obviously he fits the scheme with exactly what they want to do, which is why, I mean, I'm sure that they were fine just moving Chase Edmonds as a throw-in in that deal and then going and getting Jeff Wilson as a replacement. However, if we are trying to project out the passing volume and where that's going to be going in Miami, I think you actually probably have more targets out of the backfield going over in the direction of Raheem Mostert now that you're replacing Chase Edmonds with Jeff Wilson. So both running backs in Miami should be rostered because hell, Raheem Mostert is a 30-year-old running back that has a long history with injuries. So make sure you're rostering both running backs in Miami. Bump up your expectations with Raheem Mostert. He's going to be the guy that we want in San Francisco. Make sure that you roster both CMC and Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell turning into a premium handcuff running back, someone similar to Alexander Madison. And then in Denver, drop Latavius Murray. I think the 2 guys to roster are going to be Melvin Gordon and Chase Edmonds. If I had to choose between the 2, I would be going with Chase Edmonds in a full PPR format. But I think that should be about it. We have Inferno says Dolphins overpaid for Chubb. I mean, if Dolphins are contending, I don't think you can blame them at all. And if you have not done so, go down there, drop a like on the live stream, subscribe to the channel if you play fantasy football. I know I'm annoying you with this, but it's because I work my butt off to get you it. When you go and sign up for Underdog with the link in the comment section, the link in the description, they will match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to 100 with promo code FLOCK. And because I worked my butt off to get y'all this, only people in the flock are going to get this special Derrick Henry line over under half a rushing yard on Monday night. So please make sure you go ahead and take advantage of that as well. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me know, do y'all want us to live stream the Calvin Ridley trade on this channel or our Dynasty channel? Obviously, has more implications for Dynasty fantasy football. Would you rather me live stream this on the Dynasty channel or this one? We'll probably go ahead and go Dynasty. But thank you again. I'll be live if we have another trade, and I hope to see you there. If not, I'll see you in the live stream tonight.